Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ldlc up against Anonymo Esea premiere. Of course, you know what it is. We are here. I say we. It's now just me from the caster position. Unfortunately, Tea Time has had a bit of an emergency and has had to dip off after that map. So I am not fully alone. Do still have our producer Phil here, of course. But in terms of being on the microphone, it is just me for now here on our third and final map, Vertigo. Of course, a very, very close series so far. Back and forth, little crazy, little wacky throughout from both sides, to be honest. Ldlc kind of running it back a little bit, but in the end, all in vain on train as they had a pretty poor showing on their T side of things. Vertigo yesterday, though, they actually managed to steal it away from their opponent, AGO, so we maybe have some high hopes here. Anonymo as well, not the most comfortable team on this map. First exchange goes down towards ramp. A little bit of damage exchanged back and forth. No frags as yet, but Hadji is left low with a full belt of utility on the CT side of pistols. Certainly interesting. Lambert is the kit player as per usual. Always goes for the two flashes. That's fair. Seeing Hadji, someone who maybe has a bit more of a fragging element, a bit more of a mechanical element for that Ldlc side on the nades is kind of interesting. Double nade. Oh, goes up towards the stack box. Doesn't take down Sixer. He's left on 6 HP. Maybe a little bit of an oversight from the T side. Hadji going to go for the nade later than usual. Genius. Absolutely genius play. I'll explain why after the round, as we are now in a 5-on-4 in favor of that CT side. Just barely. Slivers of health dotted about, but they are looking relatively good here as they go for the retake, moving their way in, using the bodies. They've got to go fast indeed, clear out all these angles. Down goes Snacks as he peeks up. Maka as well chiming in, but it is the Glocks up close, so they're starting to mow them down as they all have to reload. Miles and K to get it done, and they will indeed clutch it up. Ldlc, unfortunately, in all that chaos, not able to pull it off. So the genius moment is, so you have this, I guess, it's now the evolution of how that nade works, not only in the pistol, but in most rounds. They will go for the bomb plant, right? And initially, people would nade them when they do that, and they might get taken down. So, to adapt to that, you fake. And now, what Hadji's just done there is they know that the T side are going to fake that bomb plant, so he waits a second and a half before he throws the nade, so that it feels like, okay, they've got no nade here on the CT side. Let me push back in and go for the actual bomb plant. Lo and behold, nade comes in and takes him down. It's a beautiful little bit of theory crafting, I suppose, of mind gaming in a sense. First frag for K in this round, of course, coming in. Anonymo looking to sort things out. Things are looking a little rough as they move up ramp, taking damage, doing damage to each other. Maka as well chiming in on these low HP bars with that scout. They've got to be careful. Anonymo, this is so far messy. That's putting it nicely. AK will be recovered. Still, it's a 4-on-4 with HP advantage firmly in the hands of the CT side. They have kind of second-guessed themselves, though. Rotating a couple players back towards B. Maybe not the move, but we'll see. It is Vertigo. It is a smaller map. Rotations can be nice and fast. Kios going up for the boost above the smoke. Right idea, but Snacks gets the timing. Again, left low. There's a lot of potential here, and there goes the healthiest player to Lambert's Deagle. This is doable. 3-on-3. Couple shots land quickly, and suddenly it spins around. Oh my goodness, Minio, that bullet is so damn close. He does manage to just escape it, looking to find his way out of here, but he can't quite do it. There it is. The Deagle's coming in. Sixer leaves it all on to Snacks. 1-on-2. Bomb's been tapped. Snacks, what does he do? I mean, he could maybe predict that they don't have a kit, but it doesn't matter. He goes for the peak, and Sixer will take him down. The 3K at the tail end. And Ldlc will win their force buy. And that defuse is so close. Okay, here we go. Anonymo forcing back into it. Of course you would, right? Spreading the economy a little bit. to facilitate these two AKs. Pretty comfortable beginning here for the French side. It's a nice boost up again, but unfortunately Hadji not walking into the trap. Few sprays, able to back off. Not seeing that super heavy ramp control from Ldlc that perhaps we're used to. Maybe it's just because it's like the early stage of the game, right? They loved it yesterday. They were throwing bodies. They were taking fights. But, like I say, maybe a little unsure. That is a chunky nade. And quite a predictable retreat from Hadji, to be fair. So, in terms of the HP, it's in favor of Anonymo. Because of the lack of ramp aggression, we've had a relatively slow round here. The initial smokes will come in. Counter utility thrown by Ldlc. Going through the motions here of the A-bomb site of Vertigo. 45 seconds remain. No kills as yet. I'm falling asleep. Someone's got to make a move before I do. And of course, logically, it would be Anonymo. I do quite like the idea of the initial smokes bait out some utility, but they've really done nothing here on both sides. Ldlc are not taking any chances at all. Know that they have the stronger weaponry, and, well, they're going to use it through the smoke. First frag comes in for Maka. Bomb plant indeed going down. That nade... Oh, it's actually a Molotov. Okay, I think there's a nade to follow up. It does relatively well to split them apart through the smoke. Down goes Hadji. Bear with me while I catch my breath in the 4-on-4. They do have a kit available, but he's relatively low, so you've got to be careful not to drop that in an awkward spot. Flash is going over the top. Spam's coming through. Again, no kills as yet. Moves need to be made. Now by the CT side. Smoke onto the bomb. Oh, maybe too little too late. The kit has been dropped. Malzinho as well is in behind, making an absolute rampage. And I think that will do it. Snacks chimes in. Neo trying to survive here. I don't know whether he will without armor, actually. We'll find out. Just about. Just about. All good. 6 are able to save the AK into the next round. It looks like, folks, we are in for a messy beginning here on Vertigo. So, not an awful lot here from Ldlc. As to be expected, playing around the AK, few upgraded pistols, Lambert fully invests, whoopsie daisy. I mean, I guess he has, like, no money. It's kind of a double eco situation anyway. Actually, no. For your richer players, it isn't. But for him, it is. That's unfortunate. Ooh, an out-of-whack economy, but it does pay off. There you go. He manages to drop one early on. Bit of information gained as well that there's a heavy presence towards ramp. It's a smart play from Anonymo. When there's no utility available, pushing into ramp, I think, is the best move on the T side. Maybe not the best, but it's a very, very good one. Sixer gets cut off on the backside. Makes sense that he'd have a buddy pushing from the B-bomb site as well. So, great little angle from Innocence. Oh, Kios gets the perfect timing, however. Drops in with the CZ. Gets the AK back. I suppose it's a situation of saving into the next round for him. Maybe these 2 remaining pistols will try and find something. But it looks like Anonymo have the round. Bar Hadji popping the hell off. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't quite seem to be the case. They're going to go for it, actually. Interesting. Who's coming in? Ooh, the one tap from Kios instantly. This has opened the door. Bomb's gone down. It does limit their time. If they can just use the manpower, it's so tough, though. Maka's low, no armor anywhere, but they're hitting their shots instantly, and that's exactly what they need. Miles now left in the 1-on-2. Can't be missing this much. Clean one taps coming through, but Hadji takes him down with the crab walk. And Ldlc get it done with barely anything spent into that round. Anonymo will be absolutely kicking themselves. You know, there's the 4 spies. You can kind of be annoyed, right? There are things you could have done differently, etc., etc. But a 3-on-3 against 1 AK, 2 Deagles, one of them being on 20 HP, you shouldn't be losing that. And they know it. Does appear to be an LDLC timeout. The magic voice in my ear tells me. Or in my head, I should say. All the same. Just making sure that my drink is nice and topped up, seeing as how I'm going to be talking an awful lot for the next hour or so. Hopefully only that long. If it goes to many overtimes, we could be in for a ride, to be honest. Because when I'm on my own, when there's no one to, you know, rein me in, so to speak, at least in a casting sense, it can go a bit off the rails. Not crazy, but I just, you know, take a few liberties in places. It's fun sometimes. I enjoy the odd solo cast. I'm doing it now, though, you know what I mean? Where I'm just talking about me instead of the game. Either way, triple AK buy here once again. Anonymo have put together what they can. It has worked in the past, so why not? These force buy wars yet to be decided. There you go. Hadji finding a clean headshot to open up, but Snacks trades back very, very quickly. Hadji is caught as well. Mouse with the quick flick to take him down. 4-on-3 in favor of the T side. That is not what Ldlc wanted to hear, nor should they have expected it. Great timing from Sixer to even things back up. Will get taken down, though, as he gets a little aggressive. I don't know, dude. It's all a bit wacky to me. 3-on-2. Back into a 2-on-2. That's the bomb round the corner, but Minio's spray pays off. Oh, my good lord. Lambert now the only one left. What the hell is going on Vertigo? This is so unpredictable. I mean, kind of the culmination that you expect for a series like this, and the way that Ldlc like to approach the game, as we keep on saying. No time to go B. Got to make the cross. Oh, Lambert, timing is so awkward. Yeah, he needed to peek earlier than that to catch them with the nade out. He hesitated. But unfortunately, the AK gets the better of him. So back to square one for the French-speaking side. Anonymo timeout, of course, here coming to a close. And okay, I'm not so sure. I mean, it's quite a late decision. They are going to force buy. Lambert has forced his hand. Or, well, forced the hands of everyone else, apart from Maka, who is ecoing for the AWP. But then you've got a double eco anyway, so... I know you might as well just go for it with the rest of the squad. Shoots his own teammate. Why not? Oh, we're really down in the pit in this game, to be honest. It's a mental one. Oh, a little early from Sixer, but he does manage to get it in the end. A couple too many targets as well there. Kai has to hold things down. Gets distracted by the USP. Genius stuff. Well played. AK recovered. 3-on-3 and HP advantage for Ldlc, so it's still very hard to call. Kios gets a bit overzealous by himself. Bomb will go down. Hadji hears all these footsteps, gets a freebie onto Mouse. Maybe not expecting him to be there. That's completely fair, but we're giving away free kills for no real reason. Snacks in towards middle as well, is making his way slowly but surely towards B. Little do they know it, they could really try and isolate this fight if they just charge in. Hadji making so much noise. Loses his fight to Minio, and now all onto Lambert. He gets shot in the back by the late peek from Snacks. So, Anonymo. They've done it. Finally. They've strung 2 rounds together. Never thought I would see the day, but here we are. And, as is customary, Ldlc are ecoing. Kind of. Hadji has bought a deagle. He's got under 2k, which is kind of the golden rule. You know, you don't want to do that when you're on these kind of eco rounds. Nice flash, to be fair. But unfortunately not able to capitalize. Low HP on a couple players, but that is all they've got. They also go for that, and Hadji's not with them. The guy on the deagle is just playing on B by himself. Okay, you can see why. Nice shot. But it just seems a bit wacky to me. If you're going to send everyone in, maybe use the guy that's got the strong weapon somewhere in the middle so you can find those clean trades. At this point, because everyone else is dead, they can just ignore him. And even get rid of the AK in good time. So, clean stuff from Anonymo for the most part. Little dicey, but it feels every single round against Ldlc is a little dicey. And they should secure themselves that 5th. Okay. Maybe they don't get away completely scot-free. I mean, he does well to find 2. Deagle almost pays for itself, you know. So it ends up being a net negative of $100. That's not too bad. And the buy into this round ends up being kind of comfortable. But that's kind of what Tea Time and I have talked about the entire way through, with Hadji buying these Deagles, buying the armor and a Deagle when everyone else is just on an upgraded pistol. You know, he sometimes goes a bit too far, and that therefore means you have to find a return on your investment. Whereas if you pick up just a P250 or just a Deagle, you can get away with going down without finding any kills. Speaking of finding kills, Kai's got 2. It's another fast, crazy, aggressive round. So hard to follow, of course. Maka trying to do what he can, but it's not an awful lot in the end. The 1v2 is where we end up. Kioz miles away from the action, trying to catch them. To be fair, could isolate the bomb. Bit of guesswork involved. Kind of a 50-50, and unfortunately can't cut Miles off fast enough, especially now that Snacks has discovered the B-bomb site is open. Miles will speed up, join his teammate, get the bomb down, and make the 1v2 very tough. Now, the question is, do they expect him to be on the flank so fast? And the answer is no. 1v1 against Snacks now for Kioz. No kit available. That doesn't matter. He's just going to go charging in, making all the noise, trying to bait Snacks' peak. Did he spot him there? I think so. But unfortunately, not ready for Snacks to push into him. 6th round for Anonymo. They're in firm control of Vertigo right now, and I think this is the gotcha kind of map, right? As we touched on a little bit in the pre-game and whatnot, Vertigo is typically quite a good Polish map, and there are players in here, again, similar to Nuke, that have been on teams, such as Whistler, such as AGO, that are decent at Vertigo, at their core. And yes, there's not that many maps played, right? And I think most of them are like best of ones, maybe? I'm not quite sure. The stats don't come up. They've played it twice, but I think because they're best of ones, it doesn't get added to the percentage. Best of 3, sorry. Something like that. And I think that's misleading. You know, the lack of statistics makes it look like it's a map they don't play or that they're weaker on. Hold the phone. Because the pistols have picked up 2 kills between them. That shouldn't be happening. Again, only the one player with armor. Everybody else on the upgraded pistols. They're going to try and make the B-bomb site work as it was a ramp stack. Hadji has himself an AK now, I guess. That's very nice. Another nice 1v coming through from 6. Double spray down, but it's not enough. Snacks has got a clutch 1v3, and, well, the sandbag angle is a tough one to deal with. Ldlc have pulled off pretty impossible round there. Nothing too flashy. Anonymo just getting clapped by pistols. And kind of getting complacent, it feels like. But as I was saying, praising Anonymo's great play so far on Vertigo, and then a round like that happens, of course. There you go. There's the first voice crack after I've been talking for an awfully long time. Here we go. Into another round for Anonymo. Nice pick up from Hadji. Big damage onto Kai early on. So this is a slightly cleaner one from Ldlc. They're not going to get a taste of their own medicine thus far. Another kill coming in, and a third. Hadji has been playing very confidently and very aggressively throughout this series. In this round, it certainly pays off. It's a dangerous game against the Deagles, especially to re-peek into them. But all the same, works out. Not a single player going down. Perfect round for Ldlc. And potentially a nice little comeback into the CT side. Typically thought of as the weaker side of Vertigo. To be fair to Ldlc, I would say yesterday it was their CT side that looked more impressive. But all the same, if they can keep things close, just the general score, the objective kind of viewing of this map, regardless of stats. I think that's very much how LDLC like to approach things. Regardless of stats, regardless of opinions and all that, they like to play it just by ear, it feels like. Big nade damage coming in onto Snacks. He's by himself here, doesn't need to be careful. Gonna get caught in transition by Lambert as well. Minio, meanwhile, drops Kios. Ooh, and the B-bomb site is open in an instant. LDLC have applied a similar kind of approach into this round as they did in the pistols. Much, much riskier with the rifles. Don't take ramp control quick enough to discover that there's no one there. B defender falls too fast. And I think that's the round. Bomb's pretty far ticked, about halfway at this point. They need to move fast. They need to move like 5 seconds ago, and really going to end up being panicked. There's still utility available for the T side. It doesn't even have to be super effective, just needs to be in the way. Maybe if someone can get on the bomb and sneak a defuse like Hadji, somehow avoiding the initial spray from Minio. It's Miles to take him down and save the round, though. And at least a player will go up with the bomb. But nonetheless, Anonymo back to their usual stuff once the rifles are back in play. Now, what is the response? That's the big question. Another pause coming in. I would imagine those technical issues that have been plaguing us all evening, these short pauses, seem to come at the most opportune time. Okay. I tell a lie. It's a tactical for the Polish side. Which is fair, because I think we're in for another maybe kind of crazy approach from LDLC. What do they go for? Quite flat, quite telegraphed. I think that's how Anonymo win the previous round, right? Is just by reading them, but not even super, super deep. It's like the initial approach to the round, the initial call, pays dividends. It works perfectly. So LDLC, like I say, needs to be kind of careful. If you're going to go for the heavy ramp play, it's like heavy long play on Dust 2. You need to win control of it. You need to get it. You need to do something with it. And unlike Dust 2, the B-bomb site is not quite as tight. It's not quite as impenetrable. That is big nade damage. Kaido has crept in with the Mach 10, gets a double. Maka fricks across awfully quickly, but all the same, looking pretty good. Gets the Deagle out to drop Mouse. I say pretty good. It's looking hella good. He will also survive. Gets the 3-on-2 for his squad. Snacks is left low. What a mental round. The Mach 10 creeps in, but Maka steps up in a big, big way to bail his team out, to save them from disaster, and perhaps to win them the round. Time will tell in that sense. They're maybe gambling a bit too much towards the B side. Unsure where these remaining two players are coming from. But once the utility starts to come in, would be a bit wacky for Innocent and Snacks to be completely split in a situation like this. Kios as well as pushed through and found the information. So they know that it's A, but is there someone mid? That's kind of now what they're worrying about. Sixer with a great angle around the smoke. I feel the remaining holes are waiting for someone to make a mistake on the LDLC side of things, but there is no need because they have a well-timed flank to perhaps finish the round here and now. Is there anyone watching for this? I don't think so. Innocent, see you later. And maybe Snacks to join him in just a sec. Yes, indeed. Very well played by Kios. Patience of LDLC pays off in a big, big way. Okay. All right, well, this is one of the more wacky economic decisions that we've seen. The AK's dropped across. There's not even that much utility to work with here. It's not the heaviest map in that sense, but even then, what? I think there was 2 smokes and a flash coming into this round in total. Really relying on click-head Counter-Strike. Once again, as yet, LDLC not making any mistakes. They realize, ooh, it has been a hard game so far. They have got respect for their opponents. Great shot from Hadji. Maka, meanwhile, I expected that nade to do a bit more, but it is what it is. Classic nades in CSGO. Okay, closing the gap. Doesn't matter about the lack of armor, but Maka drops him nonetheless. Oh my goodness. The quick switch. Switching to your pistol always faster than reloading, of course, and that is indeed the case for Maka. 5-on-3. Snacks has upgraded to an AK, but he has no armor to go with it. This buy so far is not going very well for the Anonymo boys. Ooh, might not be ready for Mouse to have pushed in so far. Small oversight could make all the difference. They're not really getting aggressive into him anyway. Innocent. It's his fight against Sixer. Mouse drops Kiosk. Uh-oh. Lambert left on his own lonesome. Yeah, and there's too many angles to deal with. Oh, an Innocent catching Maka off guard as well. That is disaster. Hadji in the 1-on-2 with the AWP. Going to try and go for it. Needs to get his angles. Needs to get them quick and clean. And, well, Mouse is ready to pin his head to the wall. Hadji kind of fears that, and I think we'll move to save here. So, wow. Anonymo actually recovering that one back. The wacky buy that wasn't going well somehow out of nowhere, thanks to the individual prowess of Innocent, actually ends up going in their favor. Disaster for Ldlc. It really is. Oh, no, and they're going to lose the AWP as well. If you're saving, please save. You know they're both on B. Just run away. Not going to get too angry, but why are you trying to get kills there? Just leave. Take the AWP into the next round. You're going to buy anyway. Yes, Maka can get one, I guess. But he could have dropped an M4 to Kiosk. You know? Or an M4 to you. You blackmail him and hold the AWP as ransom. Either way, rush up ramp coming in. A relatively good read, actually, that there's not going to be a lot of utility available for Ldlc. Quick trade coming in. Of course, those 1-for-1 trades always working out for the CT side. Still players remaining on the A-bomb side. They've got quick rotations in as well, but it's heavy ramp control. It is pressure on the French side. Lambert with a great little angle, trying his best, does manage to find another. Snacks was kind of blocked in there. That's unfortunate timing. The spam comes close, but doesn't take him down. Very, very slim. Very, very close indeed. There you go. The spam eventually pays off. It's still only a 2-on-2. Great headshot from Maka. Perfect angle for him. Now all left on to Mouse. Oh, that shot gives him away. He could have actually crept around the corner. I think Maka was scoped in, not respecting the fact that he could have already crossed. On plan. Could be successful. It's a nice little idea from Mouse to try and catch Maka. The jumping peak hard to capitalize on. Of course, the flank coming in as well. Mouse has got to be aware of it. He's not really paying heed to it. Looks towards scaffold, but it's the wrong angle. Will go down for free. And there comes another round for Ldlc. I think 8 rounds is nice. They'd prefer 9. That's a bit rude from Maka, but it's all good. They won the round. Take armor off. I think it must do. I don't think he'd taken any damage up to that point. And his head armor isn't 350 anymore. God damn it. I'd be raging. I'd be absolutely raging. My friends do that to me all the time. It's pretty rude. Another... It's the final round. What am I talking about? Doesn't matter. Ignore me. Either way, the buy is not good for Anonymo. Hadji, again, has been the master of ramp all half long. Okay, creeping in. We'll find Maka. Can he get Hadji as well? Guesses the wrong angle and gets traded out. Still a man advantage for Ldlc. Big damage onto Minio as well on B. And Anonymo come to a standstill. Nothing really going their way towards the tail end of this first half. It's interesting to see. I mean, things were looking very, very good early on, but classic Ldlc, you know, they find the energy out of nowhere. And they managed to turn things around. Not in a massive way. Still going to be down at the half, but I think 8 is okay on the T side. Like I say, they would like that 9. That's kind of your goal, really. Anything more than that, cool. Anything less than that, not so cool. But 8 is the best of a bad situation, I suppose. Bomb goes down. Who cares? Final round, they can let that happen. And now just the 1-on-4 for Mouse. Can he get her done? That's the big question. Ooh, finds one. Does actually take a headshot, but those sandbags are hella thick. Not ready for the flank. The flash is successfully. Hears it, though. Lambert maybe jumps the gun a bit too early, but he lands his shots. Hadji in with the 4K on that round, by the way. Ldlc will secure that 7th. A very clean little comeback towards the tail end of that first half. I think it's natural, just for me, seeing as how it is me, and I'm in need of a bit of a rest and a refill of the drink. I'm going to take a break. Don't go anywhere.
Face, hey, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it, I can't help you now, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up to get extra, now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say Don is why you sad. I said I just need to think. Red tape, got too close, I hit the city. Black face, show you everything you need to your phone, get it bad. Someone said it's sad. I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my, follow me around, okay.
And we're back. Welcome to half number 2 of map number 3. Final map of the series. For those of you that perhaps struggle with the maths a little bit. I certainly did while I was at school, so that's all good. But we are here in the closest damn it first half. Just about going in favor of Anonymo. It's a decent enough T-side. Maybe leaves a little more to be wanted from them, but I think they can be happy with it in the end. The pistol, though, when it is this even, I feel kind of does carry a little bit of weight. They've certainly lost some of their weight in recent years, but any kind of injection, any kind of leg up is really going to help you out. Utility for Lambert, P250 and a Molotov for Maka. To me, screams towards an A side hit, right? The Molotov goes towards sandbags. Very, very common utility usage. Meanwhile, a smoke and a kit for Innocent. That's the only utility over on the CT side. A little bit of quiet here. Oh, great angle for Kai. Finds the head of Hadji as well. That's magnificent. And that's one of those angles I think that's only really going to work in your pistol. You know, when there's no utility, when there's no risk of getting traded easily. Very, very well done. Gives them a nice little leg up. Decoy goes towards sandbags. Certainly interesting. The Molotov actually being left for the double stack. Innocent on high. Gets clapped by Maka. Lovely stuff. That's the kit and the smoke down. Someone needs to retrieve that and fast. Back into a 4-on-4 as the bomb goes down. Kai is on the flank. He is being a real thorn in their side. Finds himself one. Meanwhile, on the frontal attack towards the bomb, they've managed to find themselves a kill. Smoke and kit retrieved. Tap onto the bomb. Now the craziness begins for Ldlc as Sixer goes flying in. It is all left onto Lambert. He sees the kit. It's going to be recovered. Snacks is low. Gonna try and go for it with the cover of Malzinho. Oh, the headshot lands for Lambert. That's so unlucky. It's just out of range, I feel, to get the instant frag. And he will go down. The defuse as well comes in nice and easy. Anonymo moving up to 9. Getting that cash injection, and probably the better team, you know, if you have to think which team benefits more, of course it's going to be them to continue to grow their lead into this second half. But LDLC, no time to be wasted. They will immediately force back in, of course. French Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of how it goes. Seems to have adapted, you know, for the G2 squads and whatnot, but LDLC, some of their players may be stuck in 2016 in terms of how to spend their money at the very least. Nonetheless, big damage coming in across the board. Nice little nade to open up. Nice little tag onto Kai as well. So, kind of even Stevens after the first exchange. Not an awful lot to go down just yet. LDLC are very unsure what to do. It is a different beast from AGO's Vertigo, that's for sure. They had much more success in the firepower department. I think, honestly, Anonymo can match them better in that respect. So perhaps not the CT side they were expecting to have on the French-speaking end. Going towards middle. Kai just goes walking into them. Hadji's found Mal's innocent, trying to pick up the pieces. He's got to be so careful. They've lost control of the stairs. Takes a few crazy crosses. The bomb is trapped in mid, though. So this gives a lot of time for the CT side to perhaps rotate in. Maka moves up to the AK, gets boosted up as well. Wins that fight against Snacks. Innocent creeping in, needs to find success here. Gets traded quickly. It's all left onto Minio. I don't think there's a lot of utility available. On the floor, finds the head of the first. There is a kit in front of him. Here we go. Kios has not had the best of games. Not had the brightest of showings, but he wins the clutch nonetheless. LDLC once again start the second round of the 4 Spy Wars. Anonymo, of course, will answer back with a deagle buy. Oh, and there goes the first. Here comes the second. Any more for any more? Yes, sir. LDLC are having an easy time of it. It seems, although the deagles were in play, they didn't quite have the cleanest game plan on Anonymo's side. Oh, hate to see it. Hate to see it. Mouse fluffs it up ever so slightly. Maybe a few too many targets. Moves a bit weird. It can be hard with the deagle. Who am I to say? I don't play to this kind of level. And we are only human, of course. But 4 Spy Wars end as quickly as they begin in this second half. Thank God. And now we move into pretty stellar eco here. Mid stack coming in. Anonymo like their mid plays on the anti-eco scenarios, and LDLC very quickly have read into this fact. There's an awful lot of them here as well. The USPs will go charging in. They get 1 kill. Nice. Any damage is good damage in this round for Anonymo. And they get some. It's not a lot, but it is something. Snacks. Not ecoing things out properly. He bought a deagle and no armor in their 4 Spy round, suggesting that he's trying to save his money for the AWP, but he didn't save enough. So now he's not got an AWP. Whoopsie daisy. And you never guess what? He spent 5,200 in this round. If he had not bought a deagle, he'd be able to buy an AWP and armor. And maybe some utility if he foregoes the head armor, which would be the convention. Kios. Whoopsie daisy. Runs through the smoke, not respecting Minio there at all. And out of nowhere, 2 other frags for the CT side have come in. 5 on 2. Like that. The bomb dropped. Did Kios have the bomb? Or were there other players there? Oh, hold on. Surely not. Surely not. Where did Kios die? Okay, no. Kios died by running through the smoke. I guess it was his teammates trying to pick up the pieces that then yeeted the bomb into the hands of the CT side. Nice headshot from Hadji. What are we doing? Oh. Oh, why? Oh, no. Not like this. Oh, my goodness. They still don't have the bomb. But, like, why are you just walking into it? They will never expect a second man from the same angle. Like, I don't... whatever. 35 seconds left. It's still going to be tough, right? But you've thrown money down the drain. If you win this round, you've thrown money down the drain that you really didn't need to. And timing going to be everything. Lambert on a bit of a flank by himself. It has been red. Minio misses the initial few shots. Flash comes in, turns away from it. Lambert's kind of closing the gap, creating pressure. Minio has to win this fight by himself, and he doesn't. Because Miles is like, yo, I'm holding the bomb. I'm holding the other side of this exchange. You have to win. I am trusting you to win. Now he's left in a very unfavorable position, but he's in the position to take them both down. Unfavorable in terms of the numbers, but apparently in terms of where he is stood, it works very well. 10 to 10, and indeed a match pause. That round, way more costly than it needed to be, Anonymo. They get it nonetheless. Quick pause coming in, as I think is customary at this point. Once again, another game that comes all the way down to the wire, neck and neck. Phrase I've not used for a long time. It is awfully popular in conventional sports. They won the round, but they have the worst by a long stretch. Someone going to try and walk through that smoke? Swear to God. Okay, no. Minio does back away. Can't take another round of, you know, pointless deaths that only work if this very niche scenario occurs. Quiet start to this one, though. General utility towards ramp. And no crack angles working out for Ldlc. Maka unable to find anything as yet. Minute and 10 seconds. Stuck at ramp. Looks like a late A take. And I think that's completely fair. Corner alley. Oh, careful with the rotating of the nades. They're not ready for these players, but the Anonymo side will actually continue to push forwards. It's a bit awkward. They lose one over at B, I believe, and then, yeah, their frontal attack falls apart. It's all left onto Mouse. The timing for Ldlc is nothing short of immaculate. And Mouse will move to save. Or will he? No, okay, he will. Thank you. Remember, guys, when you're saving, please save. Don't stick around for exits or whatever. Maybe in FPL or in Rankers. That matters. But here, winning is all that matters. Kind of. You know, there's a bit more to it. But should be your primary focus. Saving that M4 gets you closer to winning. Taking down a player in meantime gets you closer to winning. Here we go. 11 to 10. The CT bank is broken. Ldlc are in the prime position to clean things up here and now. An AWP in the hands of Maka, always deadly. Gets it back, even though he went down last round. So, all good in the hood. Miles is the only one with any kind of weaponry in this round. It's nice to see some conservative energy. What would be, it's like conservation? That's a completely different thing, isn't it? Conservativism? There you go. Nice to see some conservatism from Anonymo Esports. rather than forcing in or doing something wacky, or even buying just a P250 on players like Minio and Innocent. Perhaps, though, comes a little too late. Both of these teams have fallen into that trap of, I'll just get a CZ. And then it's like, man, if I had a nade to go through that smoke, could have done some big damage at the start of the next round, but bought a CZ last round and instantly got one-tapped. It's fair. You know, it really does depend on the philosophy of the player and the team. And yes, there is a chance that you kill everyone because you've got a strong pistol, but the odds of that fairly slim. Slow round so far. 35 seconds left. If they'd have, you know, stacked the B-bomb site instead of the A side of things, I think they would have had a great little round here. Snack's going to get clapped. Flashers coming in there, taking their sweet time about it. Lambert in a great spot to cut off some rotations. They don't expect him at all. Gets one. Looking for a second. And, I mean, at the very least, he's holding people back. Not like they really have a chance at this point in a 5-on-3 with the M4 going down, but now they have an M4 and an AK to save into the next round. So that's nice. But here, round number 22 will be over. It will be going in favor of Ldlc. And, well, the pressure mounting. Anonymo have to find success in the next round, otherwise there is a high and mighty chance that they will bow out of this series a little earlier than they expected. So here we go. Okay. Not yet, though. Because there's a pause. Crunch time, though. Crunch time. Do or die. Last chance saloon. Maybe not quite that far. It is an Ldlc tactical here, folks. But yes, indeed. I think I'm towards the bottom of my barrel with all the aphorisms that mean it's quite tense, it's quite close, this is important. Now here we go. Getting kicked off into round number 23. And well, the CT buy is the best it's been for a while, to be honest. See, this is what happens when you take a hard eco, you don't buy a few upgraded pistols. Would you look at that? There's no AWP, but that's okay. I would imagine they didn't really want one because there's money available. I think Minio could have dropped one across maybe. Might have cost him a fair chunk. And limited utility. But all the same, Maka, goodness gracious me, dodges those bullets just about. Big nade coming in here. Massive damage. That's gotta hurt. And that is a great little thing to see if you are an Anonymo fan at the start of a round. Free damage. Completely untraded. Ooh, and Miles is going to get the catch. Spots the top of the totem pole and knows that there's surely got to be a second at the bottom. Snacks, meanwhile, is pushed in the perfect time. Oh, it's also beautiful. They are working in tandem, making music on the B stairs as Anonymo have pincered them in, crushed their spirits, and left Stixer to find all 5 of the CT side. Okay. Trying to pull off the moves on the ladder. Doesn't work out for him, unfortunately. Anonymo are right back in the running here. Still money available just about for Ldlc. No offense to the lad, but... Well, actually, he's on 16 frags. I was going to say it's probably not the end of the world that it's Lambert who has to go down to the Galil. Keels is below him. That could be a difference maker in this final map. All the way down to the wire, very, very close. If he had even just 5 more kills, they perhaps would have themselves 14 rounds as opposed to 12. Nice pickup coming in, though. Hadji, who has been the loudest player by far for Ldlc here on Vertigo, comes in with the opening frag and has gained so much control. Goes a bit too far, though. The flashes don't work out. And that advantage is very quickly recovered. Very quiet here in the middle of the round. Is that a smoke? Or is that an accident? Let me have a free cam over. I feel like that's not a smoke, to be honest. Okay, that's a smoke. Either way, you can tell there's hardly anything happening, but we're getting into the final 30 seconds of the round here, and they will start to break forwards towards the A-bomb site. 2 players here immediately, 3 very, very quickly with the rotation from Innocent. Great angle from Snacks. It's a bit risky, but he is making it work. Finds 2 and leaves them with a man advantage. The bomb down in no man's land as well. They've got to move fast, and they know it. The smoke is edgy at best. Ooh, Snacks does manage to land it. Gets it the second time around. That will be the round, and they also eliminate all 5 players. Snacks with a hell of a hold from the back end of the A site. And now, speaking of crunch time, oh, it's crunch time for Ldlc. I don't know whether Hadji has made the team-based decision here to go for the AK. Not looking good. Their economy's going to be out of whack, and he needs to find a few kills to just kind of try and even things up. Big, big nade. Anonymo are in firm control of the round and the game here in the final moments. Once again, all quiet. And a very, very slow approach from the T side. I think they are somewhat out of whack. Do they have anything to deal with Innocent? No, they don't. He needs to be checked. This is a position that has not yet been played, as far as I'm aware, at least in a moment like this where it really matters. So there is certainly a chance that he gets overlooked. A quick headshot landed from both he and Hadji. There is that player up close in the form of Kai. He gets blinded, but manages to get 2 before going down. Surely that is the damage. Hadji is the one to find the kills so far. Yes, the AK is paying off, but he's left so low. The bomb in no man's land. Stacks will drop him as well. And that should be all she wrote for the round. It is indeed. Anonymo move up to 13, and the money is out of whack. Hadji will indeed go for a buy, I'm sure. But he will perhaps have a Mac 10 or something of the sort, which when you've got 26 kills is not what you want. Be a Galil, I guess, and not much else to back it up. It is a tactical from Ldlc here. Makes sense. As I'm sure the heart rates are high. And the sweat's dripping off the brow right now for Ldlc. They were in a great spot. And Anonymo have found some energy out of nowhere. There's no way. Okay, I was going to say, there's no way they go for a passive buy. Hadji ends up with an AK. Thank you. 4 teams need to pay heedance to something like this in your big rounds. He is playing well. Kioz is not. Give him an AK if he can't afford it. Give him an AWP if he's an AWPer. Kioz's going to go rushing through, though. That's a great little flash. He actually manages to find Miles up high, not ready for the player down low. Minio's not yet been spotted, going to take his moment. Does not want to play with fire too much longer, and he just manages to get the second. Will be traded fast. I think he wanted to sit in that corner and find all 5. Do a little bit of a Snacks, perhaps, but no, not going to be the case. Innocent wins his fight in middle. That's a key one. It's, again, totally wild. Lambert is there by himself. Why? Innocent holds his D key and shoots. Why? So risky for both players. But it's Anonymo that get the reward. 45 seconds left, and they've opted to pivot towards this A-bomb site. Well-timed Molotov actually splits them up for now. Doesn't really give them away, I don't think. Yeah, neither of them step in it. But once again, Snacks from the back end of the A-bomb site. So dynamic from this area. He's up, he's down, he's in the corner with the wacky, risky off angle. He has made the difference in these key moments. Maka now the only one left. Upgrades to the AK, 20 seconds. Trying to buy time for the flank. He needs a frag before he goes for this bomb plant. He'll fake it out, but it's Innocent and Snacks, the nade and the AWP tag to finish him off. 14 rounds for Anonymo. And it feels all but inevitable. Ldlc have hit the brick wall. Every game, there is a moment like this for them. I say game, I mean map. Sometimes people do get a bit confused. I don't know. I kind of look at it like tennis, right? They call them games and matches, you know? I think a game could be considered a map, but I think it's kind of confusing across different esports and whatnot. Ooh. Hadji left low. This is a half by a conservative choice. Playing for the overtime on the Ldlc side. Never did I think I would see the day. And yet here we are. Oh. Oh, yep. Nice. Easy frag from Ours. He's also been playing really well in these past few rounds from the back end of the B bomb site. So it's like they have Snacks, who's a machine on A, and they have Mouse, who's a machine all game long, but on B at the moment. And that makes things very, very difficult to break into a bomb site, actually. Great little flash coming in. They will manage to capitalize. Kaido holding his spot at Ali has actually got control of the bomb. Great flash from him. Does eventually go down, but 6 is left on 7. Surely not. This would be insane. Just going to give him the room to work with. No need to take any risks, any questionable peeks. And here we go. 2 working together. We'll trap him towards Ali. He's got all the smokes in the world. But yeah, Mouse just sprays him down as soon as the footsteps, the shadow is spotted. 15 map and match point to go 5-1, I believe, in the standings, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a long evening. Yes. No, 4-1. 4-1, excuse me. This would be their 5th game. The one loss that they've taken is to Sprout, so that's kind of fair. And the teams that you maybe expect to be a challenge, like Ldlc, they look set to take down. Other teams that maybe are below them, your Nexuses, your alternate attackers, they are taking down. So Anonymo in for a pretty good season so far. We're at the first half of it. After today, I suppose we step into the second half. And if they can take down Ldlc, I think they will move comfortably into the second half of the round-robin stage with a nice scoreline to work with and may well start to think about their position in playoffs, actually. Big damage onto Hadji. Set to finish things off with a bang. Maka, though, on the AWP. Other things to say. Great little flash gets them off the boost box. Molly to follow up. And here it comes. This flash will lead the charge. Lambert taking fights over at Ali. Okay, he gets aggressive for it. And Maka will punish him into the 5-on-4. Still low HP players. Still kind of ready. Smoke comes in very late. They don't care. They're going to push through it. Mini, oh, they're stacked up. Kios is left on 4 HP. Could not afford to miss that headshot. Again, coming all the way down to the wire here. 30 seconds left. Snacks hits a key flick, drops the bomb in an awkward spot, and now they can start to readjust and play around that. 25 seconds. Limited utility here for both sides. Sixer takes down Innocent. Maybe a key frag that makes a difference. Looking for more. He will get it. And Snacks is left all on his lonesome. Crazy shot comes in onto Hadji, but Sixer, the man of the hour, gets his 3K and keeps Ldlc alive a little while longer. Now, this is where Tea Time, if you were here, would say that this is a BM timeout. It is a key time, right? Don't get me wrong, and they do need a tactical. However, they called it with only 2 seconds left to go of freeze time. So that in and of itself is a bit rude. Are you ready for this, guys? Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Speaking of BM. All right, so we're getting back into the action, but no. Anonymo have called a technical. Now this, this is mind games. Oh no, my TeamSpeak has stopped working. Just after that pause we just had, while it's 15:13 and there's an awful lot on the line. What a coincidence. Yeah. Indeed, indeed. Last pause wins, says Phil. That's the omen here. The crystal ball effect. Just gonna be a safe buy from Anonymo. Maybe Mouse. I think Mouse could easily afford, unless they want to go for like a double up setup into the next round. Get a Deagle. Just do it, mate. Usually, I'm kind of against it, but you might as well in this case. Snacks, of course, was on like 9k. So easily able to get the AWP out. Listen, guys, I'm not being rude. I really need to pee. So if we could, if it goes to overtime, then I'm going. If the game finishes, then, you know, obviously, we're done. So, but we'll see. It's all 30. More likely than not. All right, so technical issue sorted. And now here we go. Minio actually buying a fair chunk. Miles, I think, dropped a Deagle across to someone else. Minio gets a kit and armor, a nade and a smoke. It's a little bit more than perhaps Ldlc are expecting. Just the usual kind of nadage to begin with, and of course, cut the tension in the air with a knife. Oh, great little shot coming in. Snacks is the first to open up. Needs to be traded quickly. He is indeed. Guy's somehow still alive. Just. Oh, and there you go. Eventually goes down. Hadji had his number. Knows that he's still in and around that area. Innocent got to be careful not to go down too quickly here. 4 on 3. The A-bomb site very, very vulnerable. But then we've got 2 players over at middle looking to cut off rotations. Little wacky. Hadji, though, is leading the charge up to his 30th frag. Mouse will take him down, but 6 is in behind. Should be able to seal the deal here. He will do so indeed. All 30 rounds. Nothing too crazy there in round number 29. And now, on my Esea Premier solo casting debut, there's a possible overtime. Yes, apparently, this is a technical, guys. Of course, what a coincidence. From Ldlc. Everyone's having technical issues. Oh my goodness. That lasts a while. So I'm going to go to the toilet. Entertain yourselves. I'll be back. Oh, what perfect timing. Here I am. Back as soon as freeze time has been cancelled. What can I say? Ah, we were flying around, were we? That's very nice. Seeing the sights. Either way, final round of regulation. Final round of the game? Don't know about that one. Ldlc are looking to clean up house. Maka on his trusty AWP, and of course Snacks, who has had such an impact with the AWP over on that A-bomb site, is without one currently. Seems they're grouping up towards the A-bomb site. First Pride comes in for Snacks clean as well. K also chiming in. They've pushed in successfully, and they've dropped the bomb. 4 on 2. Kio's trying to recover things back. It's not going to happen. Sixer is the only one left, and he is miles away from the action. Absolute disaster in round number 30 from Ldlc. Not a chance. Anonymo say, no overtime for you. We have bided our time. We took a safe buy. May well be a fair few teams with the amount of money that they had go for the Force. Because even then, I think they could put together a buy with the money that Snacks had. No, not the case. Six are the only one left. He will get taken down by Miles. And that is all she wrote, folks. 16-14. Heartbreak for Ldlc. It feels like that's how their games always go, right? One team ends up being very, very, very disappointed in the end after a close finish. Either Ldlc win or they lose. They make this game so damn hard for themselves, it feels. Sometimes they look very impressive. Sometimes they make very questionable decisions. But today it's Anonymo who come out on top rather than Ldlc over AGO as it was yesterday. And Anonymo move up to being one of our scariest teams here in Season 36 of Premier. Like I said a little bit before, they will move up to 4 wins, 1 loss, and maybe quite a bit of round difference in the end. Nonetheless, I think it is safe to say that I've had a good time. It's always nice to have the odd solo cast to you know, keep things fresh, I suppose, have a bit of fun with it, a bit more room to work. But I've done enough talking for one evening, so I'm going to bid you all adieu. We'll see you next time.